Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
We now know the name of the Rapid City man who died in a two-vehicle crash 10 miles east of Wall Monday afternoon.
21-year-old Tage Harold Tyler was driving east on I-90 and passed a GMC Sierra. As he changed lanes, his vehicle came into contact with the front bumper of the GMC. Both vehicles left the roadway and entered the south ditch. Tyler was ejected from the vehicle and died from his injuries. The
driver and 3 passengers in the GMC were not injured.
When police arrived at an apartment complex on September 5th, 2022, they found 26-year-old Keyshawn Tyler shot to death. The man accused of killing him is Darian Johnson.
Now, nearly 3 years later, witnesses are taking the stand, sharing what they remember from that night. Witnesses describe a love triangle involving Johnson and 2 other women. She says they all lived in the same apartment building.
Johnson was planning to move out of one of the women's apartments and back in with another. A woman told the judge she heard a gunshot shortly after Johnson went to grab his things from the apartment.
She ran to the residence and found Tyler with multiple gunshot wounds. This trial is expected to last 7 days.
The race to be elected governor in South Dakota in 2026 officially has its first candidate.
Republican John Hansen, who represents Minnehaha and Moody counties in the state legislature, where he's Speaker of the House, is running. The state's motto of "Under God the People Rule" was front and center at the event, where Hansen announced his candidacy.
At least for now, there are no other officially announced candidates.
Being first out of the gate, I think that's just going to allow our message to continue to grow and our grassroots movement that we've been so honored to be a part of to only just continue to grow throughout the state, and we're very excited about that.
Hansen's running mate is Carla Lems, a Republican who represents Lincoln, Turner, and Union counties in the State House of Representatives.
The primary election is just over 13 months away. It'll be held June 2nd, 2026.
Now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. We are looking at temperatures to reach the 50s and 60s today. We'll have that slow decrease in cloud cover from north to south this morning into the afternoon, where you're able to bring in that sunshine late this morning and into the early afternoon. Then you can expect temperatures in the 60s. If not, and I think western South Dakota will linger with cloud cover, temperatures will stay in the 50s. More details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. You have a chance to protect yourself from identity theft and help a good cause at the same time this weekend. This year's Shred It event takes place tomorrow in Sioux Falls.
Volunteers will collect $5 per bag or box of documents to be shredded. It's a fundraiser for Crime Stoppers and a way to prevent identity theft.
Anything that's going to have a social security number, bank account information, those types of things in today's day and age, you just don't want to have any information out if possible.
The Shred event will be in the parking lots at 4 locations Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
It'll be at Washington, Lincoln, and Roosevelt High Schools and Sioux Falls Christian.
Now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new furry friend. The Sioux Falls Area Humane Society is getting ready to host its first adoption event of the year.
Spring into Love starts today and goes through May 2nd. There will be a $20 off of the first 40 adoptions of dogs over 6 months old and cats over a year old.
A business in Brandon has reached a big milestone. Cherry Rock Farms is 100 years old this year.
David Picasso is a third-generation owner of the farm near Brandon.
It's been a pretty fun life. Get to spend, in nature, and liked it a lot.
His son and daughter-in-law, Marco and Laura Patzer, are also owners.
To learn more about the history of Cherry Rock Farms, head to this story on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another Check Your Weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, some welcome news for rain totals out of this latest storm system. We've posted several of those here at KELOLAND.com. Check out our Storm Center update for that. Will we get any more rain this weekend? Well, the odds are probably we will see some of it around, but this time it looks like it'll be more of the thunderstorm variety. And in fact, severe weather is already on the table Sunday night in northern Nebraska. Now, again, this is an initial Day 3 outlook. We'll see how this changes over the course of the coming days. And in fact, going into Monday, we are expecting more widespread severe weather across the plains of the upper Midwest. Parts of Kettleland included in that conversation. But as of right now, the bullseye for probably a few different rounds of storms will be across much of Iowa and much of southern Minnesota. So if you're looking at this map, eastern South Dakota, we definitely need to keep an eye on the weather as well, but ramping up in the percentages east of Sioux Falls. So that's where we stand on this Friday morning. There'll be more to say about that again during the weekend. Clearing skies from north to south today. Sioux Falls will try to break loose into a little sunshine as we wrap up the day, and highs nearing 60. Aberdeen will be a little warmer than that, in the low to mid 60s. Clouds will stay thicker west river today, and then that's how we'll start off Saturday morning. Kind of chilly in the east and the southeast, down in the mid 30s. That's one of the cooler numbers we've got in our forecast. And then we're getting a little warmer on Saturday, but also make sure you watch the cloud cover. That's pretty thick there. And in fact, this warm front will actually start sparking a few showers and thunderstorms Saturday night, as you see there east of the James Valley. So that will be part of the forecast. Now, Sunday, first of all, the takeaway is it's not a washout day. It's not going to be widespread rain. But we do have some important chances of thunderstorms. Our most likely scenario would be featuring storms developing Sunday evening. And there could be additional clusters in northern Nebraska, as I just alluded to with the Storm Prediction Center's word on that. This is showing more areas of storms in our region Monday morning. So you kind of have to think a little differently on this. This may start off even early in the day. We may have some rougher patches of heavy rain and also some severe weather possible. And then I would also say, as the peak heating goes in the afternoon, there'll be that storm threat east of Sioux Falls. Some general rain on the northwest side. That's where you're seeing all that coloring up toward Mobridge and Aberdeen and Spearfish. And the good news would be some of those pockets could catch some rain without the severe weather on Monday in those areas of South Dakota. But for those that are in the warmer and more unstable air, that's our concern, at least for Monday. Now, Sioux Falls at a high of 82. That's assuming that we break into some sunshine. So I think we'll do that. It'll cool down on Tuesday, and then middle of next week looks a little quieter. We're kind of in a reset pattern at that point. Aberdeen, some important rain chances too coming up here Saturday night. Most of Sunday, we kind of hold out and wait. And then Sunday night, let's see what happens. That goes from a 40% to an 80% chance of showers and storms. And with the higher input of humidity, we do anticipate there will be locally heavy downpours where the storms develop. And again, they'll be tied into the mapping on that here on the day 3 and day 4 forecast. Pierre, Rapid City, same idea. You got some rain coming. Probably not so much severe weather, which is good, but also we could use some more rain in the west. That's a big deal. And Monday looks like a target day for you in Rapid City, especially. More details online at kettleland.com.